pretty tired of it though.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, chemistry.
I'm really close
Chemistry time.
to,
Alright. So, for ionic
Nice.
compounds, when you have a metal and a non-metal,
Yeah, this man's been going hard.
you have the name of the first chemical.
88%.
So let's say it's sodium chloride, right? Sodium and chloride and chlorine. Okay. So for an ionic compound, you have the full name of the first element, and the second element, the non-metal,
Got a
you
solar
take off
pistol with,
the ending and you add
unstoppable rounds,
IDE. So it's sodium
I think.
chloride or silver sulfide or stuff like that, right? Okay. Okay. Now, where it gets tricky for you have two non-metals in the compound. You have to have Greek prefixes.
Ooh, outlaw, swashbuckler, or drop mag.
So let's say you
Nice.
have
Kill clip.
H2O, for example. The technical chemical name for H2O is dihydrogen, 2-hydrogen, monoxide. Mono meaning one oxygen, right? Okay, there you go. That's how you do compounds and shit. Now, with polyatomic ions, that's a different story because all polyatomic ions have a different modification. Okay, so if you have okay, so let's say yes, this will be on the exam. This is gonna be on the exam. Thanks, Moosey. Now, for polyatomic ions, you have to memorize each of the polyatomic ions, of course, and you have to know what they are before you can learn the modifications. So, a lot of them deal with oxygen. So let's say you have like potassium nitrate, right? Potassium nitrate is KNO3, right? So let's say you want KNO4. That's going to be potassium hypernitrate. Hypernitrate, okay? Because you add another oxygen, so any oxygen you add hyper. Right, yeah, the hyper in front if you add one more oxygen, okay? And then,
S.
okay, and then if you want to take away an oxygen, you can do that twice. So if you take away one oxygen, it becomes like potassium nitrite. Why do you think? It's because you asked me to help you with your naming. Okay, so then when you take away an oxygen, it's the ITE, right? So then, yes, I'm here.
Oh, you did it.
And then if you take away another oxygen, you have to add a hypo prefix as well as the ite
So
suffix. So if you want potassium hyponitrite, which is potassium, which is KNO. Well, I hope everyone else learned something about chemistry. Okay, now you guys can go out and make compounds and name them and shit.
How close to UCLA do you live, Mimi?
30 miles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, turning in tokens for mods and shit. Let me
Yeah.
dismantle stuff.
It's poggers, dude. Oh, and weapons parts to Banshee. Because nobody needs 50,000 weapons parts.
Is that, why did these not drop?